This is from at Video Game Heaven. Who are some of your favorite past wrestlers from NWA, WCW, WF, ECW, etc., brother? Woo!
All right, so let's go with big men. Let's go with big men. Flair, Savage, and DDP are some of my favorites as far as big men go.
You mean big men?
I mean like main eventers, heavyweights. But I love a lot of Japanese wrestlers from the Dragon Gate and Toryumon promotions. So like Sema, Yoshino. I loved. I really do like La Parka. Fucking Eddie Guerrero is probably at the top of like all-time favorites. Jericho is definitely one. I could go on for days about middleweights that I respect that I really like.
Benoit was my favorite wrestler. Then he killed his family, but he was my favorite wrestler before that.
Yeah, he was. I never gelled with him, but he always like I never loved the character, but he always put on really good matches. And then he
hard worker.
And then he killed his family, and that kind of just ruined it all.
That kind of ruined my love for professional wrestling. Probably 3.5 years.
Yeah, that was not a good thing.
That was 2007. I stopped watching wrestling probably a little before that, but from 2007 to 2011, I stopped watching wrestling. It was so depressing because I was like,
well, that's why I stopped.
I was such a Benoit mark that like I went to Madison Square Garden WrestleMania 20 when he won it, and it was the best thing ever. When him and Guerrero was standing at the end, like it was like the first time like the two hardest workers were both champion.
I remember that,
and they just recently repeated that finally with Daniel Bryan and CM Punk, where it's like the two guys that deserve it had the titles, and that's when it happened originally back in 2004. So it was Benoit. WCW era and early WWF, Chris Jericho was my absolute favorite. I tuned into the first hour of Nitro just to watch Jericho and how marvelous a character and wrestler he was.
You know who I always kind of liked, despite his
Ice
not
Train?
Amazing, Raven.
Raven was good. Raven was very solid. He had a good feud with DDP. I love DDP from Jersey.
Yeah, DDP.
The hard fighting, awesome. The original People's Champion. Of course, WF ruined him when he came.
Yeah,
and didn't know what to do with him. I liked La Parka a little bit. I love the cruiserweights.
Got some great matches in Mexico.
Rey Mysterio Jr. in WCW was fantastic when he still had knees and joints.
Yeah, Rey Mysterio is always one of the ones that I have to bring up, but there always has to be that asterisk next to Mysterio.
Yeah, because the past like 8 years he's been terrible.
Yeah,
in WWF because he's like 40 and his legs are totally shot. He has 2 braces he wrestles with underneath his pants. Other than that, I love Savage back in the day. I love Ultimate Warrior back in the day.
Great Muda. I love Great
Muda. I've seen a little bit, not a lot of.
I love him.
And the Stinger, who we talked about. Sting, who might be coming to WWF finally.